Happy New Year, everyone. By the time I've probably finished this video, it is the new year. So I just wanted to come by, a little bit of a channel update per se. Thank you for the first support in 2 videos. It was during finals week when I made the last one, so it did kind of not do great for me in terms of my mental. New year, new me, whatever we want to say. New hair color. Hope you guys like it. But yeah, we're going to talk about Apex again for some reason. Honestly, if you want my full opinion on what Apex is right now, even though I'm very new to making videos again, it's not in a good state right now. And I'm going to make a video on what I think they should do to fix it. But again, this is not that video. This video is actually about Octane. Since Season 20 is kind of almost around the corner in a way, I feel like Season 19 has been out for so long. Added Conduit, added Pylon, dipped. It's not even the mid-season or whatever. Like, the new rank system is honestly horrible. I kind of thought they were getting better at it. They made it really hard to climb for no reason. I understand they didn't want a lot of people in Masters because they didn't want to repeat that, but they kind of accomplished that with the old rank system. It's kind of horrible to play ranked right now, to be honest. So overall, the game is in a bad spot. And I kind of hope they fix all these things in Season 20. It's going to be hard, but if you listen to the community, maybe you might be able to do something about it. Anyway, all this Season 20 talk has kind of made me think about Season 1. Because I remember how easy the game was back then in terms of play. It's fun, it was fresh, it was something new. And that's kind of what we need for Season 20. Who was the legend in Season 1? It was this motherfucker. Now, Octane is arguably the most popular legend in the game in terms of play rate. I don't think he's the most popular overall. I think the most popular overall is probably Wraith, just because how toxic Wraith minions can be.
He's coming up now.
Go on.
Shoot, you idiot! Oh my god. You are fucking dog shit.
Twitch TV doesn't get a good rep. He is the most popular because he's the most fun. He's the most fun legend in the game, but that doesn't mean he's good. This is the great divide between whether a character is good because they are meta or because they're fun to play. And he kind of balances out the fact that he's not a good character overall. He's not very good in rank whatsoever. However, I'd argue there are better characters nowadays, especially if you want a character that can just, like, you know, get health instantly after a knock or something. I don't really know what character could do that. Or, you know, just a character with bullshit. Octane is just being outclassed by almost every single skirmisher in a way. Not very good, and I suggest that we actually don't play him so that, you know, Respawn decides to do something about their characters. But, you know, they probably won't. I think he's a really fun character to play in pubs, but in ranked, he's just off limits. He's just a very bad character in ranked. This didn't used to be the case, however, a couple seasons ago. In Season 10, Season 9, this guy was like top of the class. I mean, it was also in the time of Octane, if you remember that shit. Not fun to play against, but honestly, it was pretty fun to play. Octane got all these nerfs because of the Octane meta, but now that the Octane meta is gone and they actually reworked Revenant, I feel like this character needs to go back to how he was before all these Octane nerfs came in. Because back then, he was an extremely solid character to play. Although he was, yes, I think at the time he was a little bit over 2, but he wasn't broken in the imaginable way that he, you know, a certain character could be right now. But he definitely was really strong. But I think that's what every character strives to be, a strong, compelling reason to play them. Octane had a really good reason to play him because it was fun, it was good to speed, and his pad was good. Those 3 things, you can't really say them anymore. This isn't going to be like the last videos where I say why this character is broken. I'm going to compare him to how he used to be. And I remember some of these changes by the top of my head. And you know the reason I know this character so well is because he's my second main. He's my best played character technically because I have a 4K badge on him and I don't have a 4K badge on anyone else. I know I'm not that good at this game. You're not that good at this game. You have a 4K badge, you have a 20K badge. Look, man, I don't give a shit. I don't play pub stomps. I just play the game for fun. I play the game for ranked because the ranked is fun. If I get a 20 bomb and it happens, that's cool. Although I'm not going to drive myself insane not having it. Let's talk about his passive Swift Mend. This thing used to be pretty bad when it first came out, but then they obviously tweaked it a little bit, a little bit more. Now it's actually pretty bad still, but back in Season 10, it was actually really, really good because it was about 1.5 a second, which was really good considering the fact that Octane's stim didn't cost as much. I think Octane's stim at the time cost like 10. If I'm not wrong, I think it was 10, maybe 15. But you add that with the 1.5 regen per second, that was very enticing for you to actually go back and stim again. And I think that's what's encouraged, is you should be encouraged to stim, because that's what this character does. That's why your thing is a low CD, because, you know, you can stim. Yes, you trade off health, but it's a little bit that's not too much that it's not worth it. But your regen's good enough that you can actually do it again. And you know, it's sometimes worth stimming twice or even 3 times in a fight. Most of the time, it's even worth stimming 3 times in a fight just because of how good the stim was to use. I don't think stim was broken. I don't think moving that fast is insanely hard to track. Personally speaking, it's not like a Revenant jump or a Pathfinder zip. It's manageable to track an Octane who's running. And he does take a bit of health with him. So his stim being 10 and his regen being 1.5 made it really enticing for players to keep stimming. And that's what this character should be all about. Risk and reward. However, now I feel like this character doesn't really have the risk versus reward. It's more like risk and you int because you're a fucking idiot for stimming more than twice. So what they changed the numbers was now his regen's 1 health a second, which is pretty significant considering, you know, it's from the second being 2 to 3. That's pretty big. And the stim health itself, when you stim, is 20 instead of 10, from what I remember. And honestly, that's what kind of killed it for me. Because if you stim twice, you lose half your health, basically. I know it's not exactly 50 health, but 40 health is pretty close to 50 for me. So once you stim twice, if you stim one more time, you're an idiot. And even if you do stim twice, you're still kind of stupid because you lost half your health bar. It's the equivalent of like, if I had a purple shield and I just all of a sudden decided, oh, I kind of want gray shield now. Not the smartest move. And considering the fact that stim isn't worth that much health being lost, like 10 health being lost is fine. 20 health, sure. But half of your fucking health bar is half your fucking health bar. It's a little too much. Adding insult to injury, regenning is slower. So it made it even worse for you to stim. Therefore, why would you want to stim more than once in a fight? And even stimming once in a fight is kind of risky as it is. Yes, I know that some Octane players can definitely pull it off. Like, again, Lehman Head.
He's cracked.
Oh shit.
I know that some people can do this, but I'm going to say that the majority of people cannot. I can't imagine a controller player, like, being able to, you know, shoot this shit. Actually, no, I can. Aim assist is still aim assist. I don't think most people will be able to do this. And even if they did, they kind of deserve to be able to do that because you know how hard that shit is to do. It's not easy. You have to play in the most uncomfortable position. And I mean, yeah, it's hard to aim at, but it's still doable. And besides, technically they're half health if you really think about it that way. The last change that they made when Octane happened was the pad, and the pad got nerfed pretty significantly. Height, width, and cooldown time. I do think the cooldown time is fair of a nerf because it used to be 60 seconds and that was like up all the time. But I do think pad right now is kind of in a weak spot. It's not exactly great. I mean, I'd argue Pathfinder and Wraith do the better job of getting their team out of situations now considering pad. Also, pad is like really easy to spray down for some reason because the speed you're at is not fast. So honestly, they should probably revert those changes. Basically, all those changes they had in like prior seasons before they decided to nerf him to the ground. I feel like he's in a good spot if they did that because he's not broken anymore. The only real reason they nerfed Octane was because of the Octane meta being with Revenant. But now that they nerfed both and actually reworked Revenant, I don't see why Octane can't go back to that position. Would his play rate go up? Yes, I would believe so. But it's not like his play rate wasn't already high to begin with. This wouldn't really affect the play rate of him in general, other than the fact that he could be playing in ranked. Because I feel like right now, he's not worth playing in ranked. But, you know, people will still play in ranked no matter what because they love this character. And that's totally fair. If you want to play this guy in ranked, go ahead. He's not good, but he can go ahead. He's not, like, useless, I guess. Or stupid to... I don't even know why this character even exists right now. Most people don't know how to play Octane well, but everyone wants to play him. He's kind of like the Yasuo syndrome of this game. You know, he's a good character in good practice. But, you know, most people are just going to be able to run it down in this character, especially when it promotes a suicidal, you know, tactic. Like, compared to other skirmishers right now, he kind of has no chance of being better than any of them, other than maybe Valkyrie. But Valkyrie's ult is still Valkyrie's ult. Yes, it's a survival item now, but even if it was a survival item, I'd say that her passive with, you know, knowing people when you drop, you can see them, and her ult just being still a really good rotation device is just better than any of Octane's ability for the team. The only ability that Octane uses for the team is Launchpad. But let's be honest, half the Octanes I know, and including me, use the pad to just get the fucking care package weapon because it's on a low cooldown anyway, so that's what's going to be used for. Stimming and healing passive ability His passive and his tactical is really just for him. And actually he starts killing himself with his tactical at one point. Like, with that being said, all of these things don't equate to a good team player, especially in ranked. I mean, this guy is so fun in pubs. I mean, you just run in and go for kills. Obviously, this guy's gonna be fun. And he's gonna be pretty good at it, actually, because you want to catch up to other teams, you can do that. But in ranked, why would you pick this character? If you want a character that can close the gap or get away very, very fast, why not play Pathfinder? Because yes, Pathfinder has a bigger hitbox, but he does exactly what Octane does on a 20-second cooldown. Sure, but that's his ult. These two things are comparable, to be honest. Because one's on a 20-second cooldown, one's on a 90-second cooldown. But one has infinitely more variations. And yes, I know that Octane's stim is on like a 2-second cooldown, but you only have so much health. But Pathfinder doesn't use any of his health. Yes, hitbox and whatever, but honestly, I don't think hitbox is that much of an issue when it comes to Pathfinder. He even had a low profile at one point. But the point being is that Octane's just not in a good spot. And I really do want him to be in a good spot because he's a fun legend, and I kind of hope more people can use him well. But every time I kind of just cringe whenever I see an Octane in ranked. Even when I play Octane in ranked, I'm like, dude, I'm throwing. Like, playing Wraith in ranked is arguably so much better than playing Octane in ranked. Because at least Wraith can do something that is useful to the team, and that's port. I don't think Pat is as useful as it used to be. It's just not that good. There are other options. I'm hoping they kind of touch him next season, but I don't really think they will. There's just something, as I want to say, as an Octane main myself, that they could kind of consider to make the game more fun. So where Octane places in the meta, it's pretty low, I'm gonna be honest. And I love this character, but he's not that good. I'm gonna put him in a respectable C tier. Literally any other skirmisher is better right now, which is sad. But yeah, Octane's in the C tier. Hope you guys watch the next videos. Peace out. Go res, go res.
Dude, honestly, this is a bad loadout, dude. Jesus Christ. Behind. Oh, on me.
Got one.
On me. I glitched one. The other guys, there's two in there. Heavy. It's heavy. Oh! What a play.
Oh, that's the boy.
Dude, I told you, I play a lot of this game recently.
That's the boy.